Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel, and we are back on my creative server, and we are doing the Zodiacs again. So last episode we did the Taurus house, which loved it. It turned out very well, and you guys seem to love it as well. So we are going to build the Sagittarius one. So we've got our color palettes and all the blocks that we're going to use. It's definitely it was a lot harder to find the blocks than the Taurus because Sagittarius has such a broad outline of what kind of blocks they like to use, but I ended up finding it. So, yeah, we'll just jump straight into the time lapse, and I hope you guys enjoy it. Alright, guys, we are back after that time lapse. I hope you enjoyed it. This was an incredibly long build. I first built this massive tower, hated it, so I had to delete it. And Sagittarius has the most difficult color palette that I've had to work with. Taurus at least was easy. It was a lot of greens and, some light colors, things like that. All went together, very beige. Sagittarius has about every single color block that you could think of. It was so hard to incorporate everything. I had to kind of pick and choose which blocks I wanted, which ended up being these kinds of like the purples. I couldn't really include a lot of blues and gold. Gold was a color that I wanted to incorporate a lot because I saw a lot of the gold stuff. And even I was listening to a little Sagittarius playlist just to kind of get into the spirit of things. And it was very like money rich kind of thing. And I don't know exactly, but like exactly if that's how the zodiac's supposed to be interpreted, but that's how I interpret it. So that's how I decided to do it. I also, because I wanted to incorporate the gold, the torch flowers, they're very similar looking to the Sagittarius color palette. So I wanted to include a lot of those. And when I realized I wanted to include those, I hadn't included a lot of yellow, so it kind of didn't fit. So I had to try and fit some of that in. It was such a mess of a build because it was just incredibly hard to fit everything I wanted to. But overall, quite happy with it. I went for quite different to the Taurus. I want all of these builds to be very different and unique to their specific zodiacs. So because Sagittarius is like a hunter, it's got arrows and bows and things like that. I went for like a tent, like a glamping kind of tent. So it's still quite rich and, all of that, but it's a tent, so it's like hunting, which is why I've also gotten some custom trees, which I love the way that these turned out. The texturing on the leaves and the branches made of fences, I really like how I did those. And I also added this little like pergola kind of thing. Maybe I'll add some furniture in it, but I think it's kind of small to add too much into it. But I still like it. It offsets the build a little bit. And I went for a little bit of a darker grass, and I had to terraform a lot off the side here. And I still made it connect with a few of the path blocks so it could connect with the Taurus one. And I'll try and make all of these connect a little bit. But I think I chose a really bad spot to start because this is a very skinny area that I can build a lot. But yeah, overall, I'm really happy with how it turned out. You can see the gilded black stone which kind of goes into the gold, which, yeah, so it's not too much of a contrast. But I really like the trees, especially. They're probably my favorite part of the build. But I love the colors, and I added a few yellow glass around the around the sides here to offset it a little bit as well. And yeah, so this is the exterior of it. I'll do a little fly around. And I made it a little bit more overgrown just because I think the zodiac signs, they're very like nature just in general, or they're very natural. So I want to incorporate for all of the builds a lot of nature. And yeah, I think I stuck with that pretty well. So we'll do the interior, which is going to be a very, very, very different because I haven't even finished the floor in here. Oh, I need to do that as well. I haven't done any of the interior. I'm not sure how I'm going to do it because it's a very open space, but I think that it'll be a lot of fun. So I'll cut to that time lapse now. So everybody, we finished the interior of the Sagittarius base and really liking it. I love how nature oriented it is because of, like the hunting and things like that. I wanted to add a little campfire because, like it's like very camping, hunting, camping, things like that. And we'll also just quickly set it to day. And yeah, I've also added a little target practice. I would have used the target blocks, but I don't think they really fit with the rest of the build. Like it's, white and red. Like it doesn't. I don't think I used either of those colors at all during this. But yeah, so I added a little seating area for the campfire, and I've also added the, little target shooting ones, just a little small detail. And when you walk in, there's a few paintings around and some fletching tables just to show like archery. I've got some item frames full of bows and arrows and little crossbows and things like that. I love this shelf design that I've done here. It's kind of twisty, like I don't know what it is. Like it's just twisty. I like it. I've got a little seating area for anyone to come around and have a little bit of a seat. And yeah, we went for a black stone and I went double stories, also a little carpet here, just to maximize space because obviously this is a very small kind of tent, but I think I used the space quite well because when you go up here, got some armor with the beautiful armor trims. It's just a mixture of kind of random ones that I liked. We've got the chiseled bookshelves here, which are really nice, and yeah, we've got the black stone around. I also added some glass up on the top here because I think it just like it made it pop a lot more, so I really liked that. Got a black carpet here. I made sure I wanted the music disc to kind of match, so I did some purples and another torch flower here, some barrels of storage. And yeah, I really I love the little bedroom, the little torch flower up there just because I kind of base the build off of a torch flower, I guess, or the color palette at least. But yeah, I'm really liking how it turned out. And it's just, it's such a simple build. It's the first time I've ever actually built a tent in Minecraft. And it was really interesting for me trying to sort out the interior. But I'm very happy with how it turned out. I love the trees, I love the nature, I love how I was able to incorporate a lot of the colors that I really wanted to, although it was incredibly difficult. Sagittarius, your color palette's really bringing me down here. It's very difficult, but I'm happy with it overall. And yeah, the torch flowers fit in. I love the torch flowers. I love them so much. They're so pretty. I love that the update added it. And yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this build. It's definitely so different from the Taurus, especially if you well, if you compare them like side by side, super different. But I wanted the trees as well to transition it a little bit. I really like how it turned out. I hope you guys enjoyed the little time lapses, and it looks a lot better in shaders, as everything always looks better in shaders. But let me know what star sign I should do next, because so far we've done Taurus and we've done Sagittarius. I was thinking of doing Capricorn maybe next, but we'll see. But yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Bye!